In 2018, 1 kilo of glass eels sold for more than $50,000. That was more than the price of gold at the time. And so today we're gonna try and get our hands on one of Asia's most expensive fish, right from the beaches in Taiwan.
This is very, very hard work. I have a whole new respect for eel hunters now.
Yes.
And we're going to try and understand the bizarre science and incredible supply chain that makes this fish so damn expensive.
Still, right now we actually export like most of the eels to Japan.
So a lot of the business really revolves around Japan.
Yes.
And then, of course, we've got to see if it could possibly be worth it. And we're going to eat this fish Japanese style.
I can't even get them out of the water, man. They are so fast. Hunting glass eels is tough work. It is cold, it is wet, and it is done in the middle of the night in the peak of winter. It's not anywhere near as simple as just tossing in a net and hoping for the best. There is a real technique to this. I feel like I am suiting up for a complete other world, people. Actually, the feet are great. That fits very, very well. And I imagine the reason we're doing this is because we're going to be climbing deep into that icy water. Hi guys, it is cold. I'm telling you, this is windy and wild. This entire beach is littered with these kind of little eel catching huts where people are leaving their machinery behind. It's time to set up this net, and then I guess we get fishing. Our guide walks us through the ropes, literally the knots, the rigging, the whole setup. So essentially, guys, it looks like what we have is this huge semicircle, a large piece of bamboo that runs up top, and we're attaching this large net across the entire semicircle, and it has floats on one side. I still don't really get it. We're gonna have to find out together. I'm assuming in some which way, shape or form, we drag this thing through the water, and we hope that we catch eels. Apparently we only get one demo, and then it's up to us, so time to watch carefully. So you sort of like let it drag you along. You stand behind it, like wash with the waves, back and forth. But our guide, he's making it look just completely effortless. The key, he says, is to stop fighting the current. Let it guide you. Just give just enough pushback so that there is no slack in the net. It needs to keep its shape, and that balance, that's the whole game. Once we hit the shore, we dump the net into a strainer and start picking through it to spot these nearly invisible little things. It's like hunting for a ghost in a bucket.
Okay, so the light that you're using here is actually used for fighting the glass eel. The light will actually reflect the glass eel.
That's what I like, people. More dangerous, but more chance. Sounds like my kind of fishing. I'm just trying to talk big. Looks kind of scary. And just like that, it's my turn. I step in, and yeah, this is way, way harder than it looks. Oh. Whoa. The net is stupid heavy. The frame is awkward to hold. And once you're in that suit, the surf feels like it's trying to body slam you. You drag the net too shallow, and you're just dragging dead weight with no chance of catching anything. Too deep, and the waves are gonna whack you right over the head, or you risk getting dragged out into the surf. I feel like I got like way less stuff than he is. All right, guys, I don't know how exactly that went. It's actually pretty tough, like the waves batting you around a fair bit. There's a lot of drag in this big ass net. It is cold as hell. And I don't think I've got anything in my net, but let's see. I'm very skeptical. No glassy seals. No glass eels. Should I get this in the action again? Oh. Okay. So remember, I mean, these eels sell market fluctuates from somewhere between $1 and $3 each. They weigh a tenth of a gram maximum each. Their price per kilo is through the freaking roof. And on a good day, these guys can catch 1,000, 2,000 eels, 2,000 baby eels at $6,000 a night. That is why these guys are spending all night out here. When things are hot, it is serious money. And during eel season, that's all they're gonna do.
Alright guys, if you don't want to freeze your ass off on a Taiwanese beach just to catch a few slippery little eels, then trust me when I say there is a way more fun way to get your fishing fix.
And that is today's sponsor, Fishing Clash.
It's fishing, but with boss fights, epic gear, and zero risk of getting swamped by a wave. You can catch rare fish from all around the world,
including a brand new fishery in Thailand, which I am pretty pumped about.
And yeah, even eels in Taiwan if you really want to relive my trauma. And I'm not the only one who's into this. There's over 50 million players that are already hooked. It is competitive, fast-paced, and it is wildly addictive. You can climb the leaderboards, challenge your mates, and build a pretty ridiculous fishing setup with legendary rods and custom lures. It is a lot of fun. And for someone like me, who rarely gets to fish anymore and spends most of his time in front or behind of a camera, it is a perfect way to scratch that itch without freezing on a beach. If you want to check it out, hit the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen.
Don't forget to use my code Fraser and you will get a $20 reward, including a special custom skin of this boat made especially for viewers of my channel.
Try it out, let me know what your best catch is in the comments, and I'll see you out there.
Once night hits, things get real. The beach completely lights up with headlamps. Vietnamese eel hunters are flocking to these shores, and they are locked in. So it is roundabout time we get fishing. We have moved a little bit further down the beach, and yeah, it is freezing. It is windy, but apparently last night in this spot, it was real eel action. And so let's hope a little bit more of that comes to us right now. And just like that, our guide's back in the water. No second thoughts. And while our guys drag in the net up and down, I walk up and down the beach to chat with some of the Vietnamese fishermen. All right, so we're going to inspect the nearby camp, see if these guys have caught anything. Anh ở Đài Loan lâu chưa? 3 năm rồi hả? Tết ở đây không? Có Tết ở đây không? Không mà. Tết về Việt Nam không? Không, Tết không về à? Làm gì ở đây? Làm công ty nào? Ngày tốt là bao nhiêu con? Ngày tốt 50 con. 50 hả? So on a good day he catches 50. And it seems to me that the local Taiwanese have really just checked out of this game. It's not worth it anymore, and it's just way too hard work for them. It is now entirely done by Vietnamese workers. This is like their side gig, their hustle, and while they're working away during the days in factories. It's handy because I can kind of communicate with these guys. Làm gì? Công ty làm gì?
Công ty làm thực phẩm.
Thực phẩm.
Thực phẩm đồ ăn lẩu.
Ở đây lâu chưa?
Em qua đây được 6 năm rồi.
6 năm rồi hả? Tết về Việt Nam không?
Tết không về, mới năm nay về 2 lần rồi.
Ok. 7, wow. And tonight, you can feel it. It's one of the good ones. The first drag this guy's done, and he's landed nearly 7 glass eels. The eels tend to bunch up in these narrow gutters along the beach, and once word gets out where they are, it turns into just a scramble. Everyone's piling in to claim the prized spots. Young Vietnamese gentleman from central Vietnam, my hood, has caught 4 eels in each go, 8 eels. I think he's on a decent clip for a big night. 50, he said, was a good night. I think he's well on his way. So we're like 1 eel down. We're not anywhere keeping close to him, but what can you do? All right guys, time for me to give it a go. Probably gonna be my one and only shot tonight. I don't think I'm really cut out for this. If I'm honest, it is cold, it is hard, these waves look dangerous, but we're gonna give it one shot and hopefully, no, and we're gonna come back with an eel. That's all. All right, so just go straight out.
Yeah, no. Let's go. Okay, come back. Okay. No. Ah. Oh no. Okay. Oh no.
How many do you think we have today?
Right, that better be a shit ton. That was, honestly, that is so much work.
Yeah.
Like you're just getting battered by the waves. It's absolutely mean. That is so goddamn hard. I got knocked over by a couple of waves, but man. All right, let's see what we got. All right, man, so it looks like I got a fair bit of dirt this time, which is good. Like the last time, it didn't look like I got anything. So maybe that's a good sign.
Yes.
I'm not really sure if I'm honest. I don't think I did a very good job of washing that out. I'm gonna wash it one more time. There's one, I can see one. All right, one. That's not so bad, people. At least we got one. Dude, I swear to God, it's never gonna be the same when I eat eel after this. Two, I see two, three, I see three. 1, 2, 3.
And finally, I managed to get it done. I land 3 eels, and with that, I'm calling it. My days as an eel fisherman are officially over. It is hands down one of the most brutally tiring things I have ever done.
This gives me a whole new respect for eel. The amount of work that goes into each one of these babies, the fact that they are all hand caught, absolutely wild. I am gassed. Fighting those waves, it's no joke. With this giant ass suit, you're just like a big sail. You get flopped around in those waves. It is mean.
From here, we're headed to a trader to weigh the night's catch. And yeah, glass eels go for crazy prices. But it's pretty clear that if you're trying to make bank off this, then you better be ready for some all-night grinds. Because just 3 or 4 eels, it ain't gonna cut it.
It's like a little bit whitish. It's injured.
That's crazy as you can see that.
Yes.
Counting a huge batch of glass eels by hand, yeah, good luck with that. It is a nightmare. And that's why the bigger places have these counting machines. They do the job way faster and way more accurately.
Focus.
With all the hard work, so heavy. How much?
This is very, very hard work.
Yes.
I have a whole new respect for eel farmers, eel hunters now.
Yes.
Wow! Dude, that's crazy, huh? I don't know why I'm walking through this giant pond of eels right now, but it is absolutely crazy. There are thousands and thousands of these things right here. They're maybe close to a meter long, I'd say. Sorry, Americans. Maybe 3 feet-ish. And yeah, these deep black eels set against this white and blue tiled enclosure. Absolutely crazy. Oh my God. Oh wow. Oh, they didn't like being touched at all. Not at all. Oh. Yeah, I think there's no chance. As soon as they feel you, it's just boom, they're off. One more time. I can't even get them out of the water, man. They're so fast. Oh my God. Dude.
Oh, so they don't feed the eel over here?
Ah.
So the thing is like, they actually last for a week. If it's more than a week,
Yeah.
it will actually, like, the quality of meat actually will change a little bit.
Basically, it just comes here for a week before they process it, maximum. This is just a holding area.
So they do everything related to eels.
Oh, that's the glass eel? Wow. Dude, that's always what I wanted to see.
现在比较便宜，现在差不多45块。
Oh,
现在
a glass eel will actually cost around 45 NTD, which is around 1.5 US dollar.
$1 each?
Yeah. And once become the full like adult eel, the price is 450, so 10 times more than, yes, 10 times more.
So why the hell are these things so damn expensive? Anyway, you see, wild Japanese eel populations have been just absolutely plummeting. Some say by over 90% since the 60s, just thanks to overfishing and habitat destruction.
And you might think, well, why not just farm these things then? Because there's no fully closed cycle farms. Scientists spent hundreds of years just trying to even find the breeding organs in these things.
And to this day, no one's even seen one of these things reproduce in the wild, let alone figure out how to do it in captivity.
And it's only recently that researchers have uncovered a little bit about what's actually going on. Eels make these long distance migrations deep into ocean trenches, hundreds and hundreds of kilometers from shore. And it's on their way there, triggered by some weird cocktail of deep sea pressure, ocean currents, moon cycles, who knows what, that their body starts to morph. They literally develop their sexual organs en route. Good luck recreating that in your local fish tank. So every eel starts out wild. They're dragged from beaches just like the ones here in Taiwan. And yeah, there's regulations to try and stop them from overfishing, but given the price tag and the insatiable demand, eels have become one of the most smuggled animals on Earth. The total black market value of smuggled eels is more than 10 times that of ivory. Every year, an estimated 300 million baby eels are trafficked out of Europe and Asia with a total value in the billions. And once you have them, then there's the cost of the farming itself. Once caught, they're raised in these massive concrete ponds, and they're fed a high protein mash 3 times a day.
It must be really expensive, I imagine. I mean, there's just so many steps in the process and the number is declining, right? So is the price going up?
对，现在除了产地鳗鱼越来越少之外，那
So basically the price is getting higher every single year. But like, I don't know, like somehow this year the weather is a little bit different. So the number of glass eel is like increasing a huge amount this year.
It's a good year.
Yes, it's a good year with a lot of eels. With a lot of eels coming in, yeah.
And you've got to sort these guys constantly to stop them from just eating each other. It's this full-time grind just to keep shoving food in these guys' faces.
And so how's it different now from when he was a young kid, you know?
不一样。那以前真的是鱼苗产量比较多了，那到后面应该也有可
So
能。
starting from kids seeing right now, they feel like less and less business are involved into the eel business right now.
So what does he think the future is?
尽人事听天命啊。
Okay,
对啊
just
尽量啊。
we can just follow what the gut says.
Whatever happens, happens. All right, cool.
And over just 10 to 12 months, they're going to balloon in size from just a fraction of a gram to 300 to 400 grams. It is a 1,000-fold growth spurt. And from there, they are shipped to Japan, where more than 70% of the world's eel is consumed, but that nowadays barely produces any. And the demand, it's not slowing down with the price. Eel is becoming this luxury item. It's prized, it's iconic, it is symbolic. And the increase in price, it's only really helping to anchor its position as a true luxury food that can be found on Tokyo's high-end dinner tables. But can it really be worth it? Can it be worth these insane price tags, this crazy supply chain? We gotta eat some eel to find out, the Japanese way, but still in Taiwan, if you know what I mean.
But he still want to be focusing more on eel because like he has so much love into this.
All right, well, I can't wait to try some, man. Let's do it.
我们鳗鱼真的好吃，有机会有机会来台湾，我们蛮要吃我们的鳗鱼。
All right, let's go.
These eels are scooped up by the net load, bucketed and whisked straight off to the processing room.
Oh, wow, dude, how does he manage to catch and hold it? That's crazy. All right, people, this is some kind of like crazy Taiwanese eel processing facility. This gentleman in the corner here is doing the process of like beheading, gutting, taking out the backbones from them. This lovely lady behind me is finning them in absolute seconds. And these guys are processing what looks like absolutely thousands of eels to be sent out to restaurants all around Taiwan. Luckily, they also cook them here, so we're gonna be eating some right about now.
To process an eel, you start off by locking it in place with a head spike straight through the skull. It is fast, efficient, and it's not really for the squeamish. One clean slice takes off the top fillet, another and the spine is gone. The bottom fillet gets a quick brush with the blade to clear as many of the rib bones out as possible, and then it is sliced free from the head. Simple and super precise. Next, it's scissor time for the de-finning. Quick and clean, sliding along the top and then the bottom. It is fast and surprisingly accurate. These guys have done this 1,000 times.
This is like the finished product.
Yeah, the finished one, but 这个之后下一个要做什么？
烤成开始啦。
Okay, so like after this, they will grill it. Yes.
This place is sort of half restaurant and half eel trading hub. They handle it all. Buying glass eels straight off the fishermen, selling fully grown eels from the farms, import, export, the whole supply chain under one roof. But what I'm most excited about is eating one of these things right here.
All right guys, time to eat some eel. This process seems pretty quick. First of all, we started out with the fresh eel.
The fillets are laid skin up under the broiler. The heat curls them up fast, searing in that rich grilled flavor and giving the surface a perfect bit of char. This is just one pass of many that will be done to this fish.
Oh, I like that sound. You can hear it kind of like popping, the fat under the skin sizzling away. It's looking pretty damn good already, I've got to admit.
After a few rounds in the broiler, it's time to get deboning. And yeah, this is just as tedious as it sounds. There are 4 layers of rib bones on these things, and every single one has got to come out by hand with tweezers.
I love the whole process of fishing, filleting, cooking fish, but eel, that's definitely something I'm going to be paying somebody else to do. That's for damn sure. 300 individual bones. Yeah.
Now that it's deboned, it's time for a quick steam in the steamer, just long enough to soften things up.
Man, this thing is getting a serious cooking treatment. I thought that this would be quick, fast, furious, light processing. Very much not the case. One of the most intense fish cooking processes I have ever seen.
And then it's back to that scorching broiler for another few rounds.
So apparently, guys, the slime, that reason we could not pick up those eels earlier, actually imparts some kind of flavor, texture on the eel, even at this point in the cooking. Kind of wild.
We brush on a few rich layers of Japanese-style barbecue sauce. It is thick, sticky, and just loaded with flavor.
Okay, so this is the barbecue sauce they made from the bone of the eel.
Really?
Yes. From the bone and liver of the eel, and then some Chinese medicine to be inside as well. So yes.
And with that rich caramelized golden color locked in, we finish it off with a hit of roast sesame, and man, is this looking good or what?
All right, guys, what we have in here is like one of the most delicious looking, well presented eel dishes that I have ever eaten in my life. And look, I'm a big eel fan in general, I've got to admit. It's always my go-to when I go to sushi, when I eat at Japanese restaurants. But here in Taiwan, obviously, this is a massive industry because of the proximity to Japan and because of the ability to catch the wild eels, which is an essential part of the supply chain. So what we have here is very much like a Japanese style of dish. It is prepared with absolute attention to detail. So let's break on in and see what this tastes like. Our first bit of incredibly carefully deboned grilled eel. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know what it is about that. It has that classic, I would consider this like a Japanese style, Japanese flavor. That sort of typical unagi, if you've had that before. It has that deep, almost soy flavor to it. Silky smooth fish. Like, there's something about eel that I absolutely adore. Let's go for a second bite here. Try and get a little bit of rice in there with it. Second go. You get some of that sesame flavor. Again, there is that real different texture and flavor that comes through from the skin on the underside. They were saying that it even had something to do with the slime on the eel, that it imparts a texture or flavor. And I mean, maybe that's what it is. Do one more of these and then we'll move on to the karaage. Nothing like other fish. Rich, mushroomy taste. You get some of that crunch from the sesame, from the caramelization, from some of that caramelized slime apparently on the underside. Really sensational. Time for the karagi eel, deep fried eel. Look, I've had all kinds of different fish and chips, and people kill me when I just describe every kind of battered and fried, deep fried fish as fish and chips, but I don't know, it's just what comes to mind. I think let's go straight up and then we'll dip it in some of the sauce. Completely different flavors there. This is 100% neutral. I think this marinade really is imparting almost all of the flavor. That liver and bone marinade that's gone on this grilled eel gives it an incredibly rich, meaty, umami-like flavor. Let's dip it in some of this sauce. Yeah, I mean, the tempura eel, I've got to admit, it's crazy how neutral the flavor of eel is in general, considering this grilled eel, it just has such a rich, intense flavor. This karagi, by comparison, is almost like flavorless. It's odd to go from this to that. I would be eating any day of the week. I would be choosing this roast eel here. That's where it's at.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out Fishing Clash, today's sponsor. They are a huge help in getting these videos done.
Don't forget to use my code Fraser and you will get a $20 reward, including a special custom skin of this boat made especially for viewers of my channel.
You can get started and you can challenge me and see me out on the water. I'll see you next week.